Hi, DenDekaDen pumping, and Ikehaya drops his pass as an open edition. This and more in today's action-packed episode of the NEKO-ALPHA Show, episode number 35, bringing you NFT news and alpha and more from Japan. I'm Neil, and I'm here with United Neko Alliance co-founder Steve. Remember, NFA DYOR. Hey, Steve, we're back.
Hey, GM.
Yeah, it's been a while. Hey, where's your ape?
Yeah, I guess, well, it's at the cleaners. And unfortunately, I've got to show my face. But next time, hopefully, I'll have my mask back, my ape back. So, don't
Yeah,
usually show my face to the public, but here it is.
Yeah, so you may have noticed sort of an upgrade to the visuals here for NEKO-ALPHA. So shout out to Faceless, who's rigging our NFTs as our PFPs as avatars, and it looks awesome. I mean, this is just great. This is what we were looking for. Uh, we had our static little PFPs there just blinking when we talked, and now we got the full visuals, man. Look at this. Blinking eyes,
Blinking eyes, moving
moving
mouths.
mouth. Yeah, although I don't really have a mouth, but you can see the movement there when I'm talking.
You're
Anyhow,
missing part of your jaw,
yeah.
the
Well, what
bottom
can you do?
part. Oh, well.
It's a skelly thing. So took a short break, and a short break became a long break because we got busy with stuff. But we have been doing the
But we've been active
spaces. Yeah,
in
we've
the
been active.
meantime.
We've been super active. I mean, you went you were in Miami. Yeah, lots of changes. We have Marimo's now on as a core member of the NECO Alliance, and she's in the U.S. right now, uh, somewhere between New York, Chicago, and L.A. On her way to L.A. And we will definitely have Marimo showing up here too, and we're going to get her rigged up with her PFP. Um, But yeah, I guess the big thing is we've been doing the spaces every week and getting pretty decent traction there.
Yeah, we've had great conversations there. We've had guests, different projects, a lot of people jumping in there, and always great conversation. I've really enjoyed them every
So this
Tuesday
week
morning,
you
10
can
a.m.
see we
Japan
had,
time.
yeah, 400 people, and we had Tony Vega on with us and Kush from Tanukiverse. But with Tony, man, we did a deep dive on the NFT market in Japan, and uh, that's I think we're going to hit on a couple of those things right now. Let's go to the. You want to go to the ranking?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. So we got here's I'll look at the top 10, and you can see. So basically, uh, top five except for DenDekaDen, it's all CNP or Ikehaya related. But at number one, we've got the Ikehaya Pass that dropped a few days ago. So let's go have a look at that. So it's an 1155 and open edition, um, and um, and it was up to point 0.3. It went up to point 0.3, and now it's been sliding down. So it's around well, it's at 0.17 right now. Um, but I think well, what Ikehaya said first, he said there was no um, utility at all. It was just experimenting, but of course that wasn't true. So it looks like these are going to get burned for art by people in the CMP ecosystem. Ritsu is going to be the first one probably, and it might involve burning 5 of these, and this may get done over sort of a fairly long span of several years. That's what he's been saying. So might be good to keep an eye on this and see if you can catch the dip on this one. Um,
just on that Ikehaya Pass and the ecosystem, we had a really good conversation with Tony Vega, and some other people joined us, but really did a deep dive on the ecosystem, kind of what the strategy might be for Ikehaya-san, what he's doing with what he may be doing with this pass, what he's doing with other projects that he's involved with. So if you want to really dive deep into it, please check out the recording. We really got into it.
Yeah, make sure to follow Tony, the Vega Tony. He's he's bringing some of the best Japan Alpha around.
For sure.
And so number 2 on that list was DenDekaDen. We're kind of proud to be able to say that we were the ones that broke the alpha on DenDekaDen. The very first public appearance was on our spaces, and we gave away 10 whitelist spots to people that joined our spaces. And they had a very successful mint right at the stroke of midnight on New Year's, and shot up into the 2.5 ETH-ish, then slid down a little bit as things got quiet. And recently they've started up there's some kind of contest going on. But just yesterday, actually, and I kind of ended up dropping some alpha on this on the show again, because I was peeking in the Discord, noticed that they had just announced roughly when the upcoming next mint would be, and they said when the cherry blossoms are out, which means basically somewhere between the last 10 days of March 21st to first week of April is basically the timing on that. But the important thing is that in the Discord they dropped an announcement on how it's going to translate for the what you're holding, and there's a clear benefit to holding the better fortunes. So the better fortunes got you more airdrops and more allow list spots, basically. Although it was also mentioned that the bad luck fortune, because when you get I guess when you get the airdrops, you're going to still be keeping. It's going to somehow tie with your fortune and the god that you're aligned with. And it was mentioned that the bad luck fortunes are actually the second rarest, like after the one of ones, I think. So that actually could be an interesting dynamic in the next drop. But shortly after that, the price started going up, and there was a spaces last night, so the price kind of pumped big time. It was up into the twos again, and now settling down to about 1.75 or 1.7, I should say.
Yeah,
So
that was it was pretty good spaces. I jumped on that. OX Salary, who was a guest of ours when we talked about this project, was there with Ape Asian, who was hosting that, and they were talking about the project, talking about what's going on. Not a lot of specific things were being dropped, but one thing that they did talk about was they're going to be trying to get suggestions and sort of like different types of lore. They're looking to accept some lore and suggestions and different things from holders in the Discord. So they want to hear from holders, and they want to work with the holders to sort of develop how things go, the sort of the storylines that go on. So it's pretty interesting. But it was like if you were in a flipping mood, you could have had one of those for 0.99 just before, I think, that announcement, just before the spaces, and it shot up to about 2.2 or something. Now kind of drifting down a little bit, but amazing how the holders and the market are really looking forward to hearing alpha and hearing information on what's going on with the project.
yeah, and there's not, the price moves so quickly because there's not very many people that are giving them up. I mean, it was a small drop to begin with, and I mean, basically it's a pretty good. This community like just took off from day one. Basically, there's a ton of fan art, so the community is super involved, which makes a lot of sense how they're really getting the community involved with the lore. So it's a
Yep,
pretty exciting project, and we also know that there's a big uh, Japanese animation studio involved as well. So really excited to see how this plays out, and we'll be keeping an eye on this. And yeah, we've got to get OX Salary back on our spaces. He said he would be coming back when he had something to share. So I think could be a good timing to do that soon.
for sure.
I think that's today. We're going to keep it short. We've hit two of the big stories for the week, but I think well, we've got the visual, our reboot. We've got the visual up, but I think we're also going to be looking at sort of keep making them shorter and perhaps more frequent. So we'll see how that goes, and hopefully
I
you'll
like
get
that
your
idea.
hopefully you
Short and
get your
sweet.
ape back from the cleaner soon.
Yeah, I mean, this face. I mean, I don't want to wish this on anybody to be able to see this face and see, see what's going on here. So I got to get that ape back ASAP.
So make sure you're following us on Twitter, and definitely want to be checking our Twitter and maybe having a look down the alley here on the United Neko Alliance website. And when we do, we always like put out the Twitter Spaces raw Spaces tweet, but we also do this Link 3 one. So Link 3 is just a scheduling for events, and a lot of the folks on our Spaces come through Link 3. And if you sign up on Link 3 and register that way, you also qualify for basically a POAP for the spaces. It won't hurt to have a few of those. That's all I can say about that. But
You
definitely
dropping some
consider
alpha,
that.
Neil?
Yeah,
You dropping
could
some
be,
alpha?
could be.
Okay.
All right.
Pick up my POAPs then.
So that's it, and we'll see you soon.
All right.